Hi, I'm Michael Nadeau, CEO of Cnect. Today I want to walk you through the employer side of Cnect. I want to take a minute to explain to you why we built the platform, the intent of the platform, and the problems that we saw in the hiring space. First and foremost, one of the biggest complaints we heard from companies was the lack of engagement with candidates. Massive volumes of applicants coming in, the inability to process all of the applications that come in, and really lacking modern tools to engage with folks the way they're used to consuming information today. We thought that if we looked at the hiring process as a whole, we could automate 90% of the activity inside of the platform and create a really good experience for people. I always tell employers, it's not about the people you hire, it's about the people you don't hire. And how do we create better candidate pools? How do we create better experiences for folks instead of sending in a 2-page PDF or a Word document with their entire history when a person is so much more than that? How do we bring a resume to life? How do we get to know people faster? How do we analyze chemistry? The culture of your company is driven by the chemistry of the people that work for you. And there's really no way to analyze chemistry over a Word document. And look, we live in a world today where machines are doing more and more and writing more and more things, and finding one's true authentic self is becoming harder and harder and harder. And so true connections, real people, eliminating the noise and streamlining what we consider to be an outdated way of finding talent in your company. So today I'm going to take you through the platform real quick and show you some of the features and benefits. If you have any questions, we can schedule further deep dive demos for you at any time, but let's take you through it. So the employer side of the platform is called Cnect Direct. We have what we call the network side of the platform, is where people can go in and track their applications and do all kinds of things. But today I want to walk you through how we optimize the hiring process with our technology. So let's get started. Let's log in and show you the platform. So we start out here by logging into, this is one of our demo sites, a fake company, but it'll show you all the features and benefits. So when you land inside the platform, you can see all of your activity and your jobs and some really cool things. But one of the things I want to highlight is how fast and easy it is to set up an account with Cnect. Provisioning typical applicant tracking systems and different pieces of technology often take a long time. We made provisioning an account inside of Cnect very easy, almost like setting up a Zoom account. Managing your users is incredibly easy, and departments and locations, and building libraries of questions, and certainly having things like compliance, which is completely built into our platform. We've also built live integrations into a careers page, so you can build your entire careers page inside of our platform. You can write all of your company content, your culture statements, everything you want. You can turn these on to display. You can upload and change logo and video. We added video on the careers page, the moment of interest. When someone expresses interest in your company and they land on your careers page, and your typical person leaves the careers page. 85% of people leave the careers page and go Google your company and go look up what your company's about. So we wanted to embed video right there at the moment of expression of interest, I like to call it. We've got all kinds of customizations where you can customize text and imagery, and you can upload your own images that you want to have on your careers page. And of course, we've got links to all your social media platforms, because we believe the future of job promotion all revolves around hitting the social platforms as well. So creating a job in Cnect is incredibly easy. It's simple to do. We do have AI built into it. Obviously, the big hot phrase in the world today is AI. We utilize AI in a multitude of places inside of our platform. But the one thing I will tell you is we do not use AI to make decisions. We make AI to assist in the process, assist in the hiring process, and automate tasks that take a lot of time. So as you can see here, I could use a job template, one that's already built or approved by HR. I could certainly start from scratch. I typed in something fun here, zookeeper, and the machine will go in and automatically write a job description, qualifications for the job, responsibilities for the job, and auto-generate skills that make sense for this particular job. Now, I would tell you that the machine is pretty smart, and this is a pretty well-written job description, considering I put in one word. I didn't put in any other keywords. Maintaining accurate records of animal diets, behaviors, and medical treatments. That sounds like a pretty good responsibility for this. Habitat maintenance, empathy, enrichment, curiosity, just fantastically. The machine is incredibly smart. You can go in and edit all of these things and make them in your language and your voice. Which is incredibly cool. You select the employment details that you're looking for, which is a couple of quick clicks here, the experience level that you're looking for. Obviously, if there's education, which is optional, you could say we want a specific degree here. And is this what type of job is this? Is it remote, in-person, hybrid? This is obviously an in-person job. You hit save your changes, and you could add departments and locations. The other thing you can do is begin to build your hiring team. And so this is what we call the applicant management process, where I could go in and say, okay, let's add somebody onto the hiring team. So I want to add Andre onto the hiring team, but Andre is the hiring manager, so he doesn't really need to be alerted and notified when people apply or they're screened, or quite honestly, when they're going through the interview process. He just needs to get notified when someone needs to be reviewed, which we call a finalist, and I'll get into that a little bit more as we go through the system here. So the last thing I need to do on this job is go into the location settings. And so this will be at our store location here, and this one's in Kansas City. Hit Save Changes, and I can take this job and literally publish it. When this job is published, it's automatically going to be integrated with your careers page. It can automatically go out to Google Jobs, which is obviously Google's made a big investment in the job board. And we could certainly promote this job through boosting campaigns. So we can take the job and promote it on over 416 job boards, depending on the duration. We have job promotion by job, which you can see here, but also for some of our larger employers that do consistent hiring, that are hiring 6, 8, 10 or more people a month, 30. We have clients that are hiring 50 people a month or hundreds of people a month. We can do what we call programmatic and send all the jobs and distribute them for defined ad budgets. So once the job is published, you can go back here. It'll take a minute to show up here on our main page. Every job, if you click on this customer service job, has its own link. So if you click on the link to the job, if I said I want to see this exact link and how it looks out on my careers page, I could open a new tab here, type it, put the job in, and here's the customer service rep job for this company, Industrial Coatings. I can watch a video about the job. This is very job specific. I can see the skills that are needed for this job. I can also learn about the company here and see a company video about the job, the culture of the company, the vision statement. And so everything here that a prospective applicant would need to know, and they would literally click apply now and be brought into the application section. Application section is very easy. You can drag and drop their resume. Our system automatically parses their resume and builds them a digital profile and allows them to highlight all their attributes. And one of the coolest things about Cnect is we allow people to tell their story. And so you can see our zookeeper job has been published here, but if I click on my customer service job, when people apply, as a manager, the system automatically greets them. Thank you so much for applying, Samuel. We really want to get to know you more. Please answer a couple of questions. They get moved over into the screening process when they answer those questions. Depending on the job, you can pre-build out interview questions, as we have got a big question library here that you could populate questions for. And as I had mentioned, we can set up our hiring team to be alerted when people get into specific swim lanes. And so swim lanes are what we call the overall status of the applicant. So you'd look at a swim lane and say, I only want to get alerted when somebody is in a specific finalist stage, because everything up into before that is just people that are interested. I need to turn them into qualified, invested candidates. So if I look at Skylar, one of the great things about Skylar here is I can go through her work history. I can see the skills as they relate to the job. I can see what skills she was missing. that she didn't quite have. I can see her education experience. If she had any portfolio items, they'd all be in here. But I can get to know Skylar immediately. I can analyze her potential cultural fit and chemistry fit in our company by watching a video about Skylar and listening to her talk. And these first impression videos, I also like to call them first interview videos, are fantastic. They're a fantastic way to get to know somebody without all of the laborious tasks of getting to know a candidate through pre-screening and all this stuff. So the system immediately engages with Skylar. Hey, thanks for applying. I'm here to help the hiring manager get to know you better. We use this platform to help, engage with folks, and then all of a sudden people are responding more what we call a Slack style, more modern style messaging. We ask them questions. Once they start responding to questions, we start understanding their comp expectations, making sure all the logistics look good, everything's great. The administrator can then begin sharing questions. Tell us about your experience. Tell us about your experience in customer success. How do you handle critical situations? And we can have them answer these questions via text or via video. We can also send video back and forth inside of the platform, which is a great way to get to know people and push them through the process in a AI-assisted process, which is really cool. We have an interview section where you could literally create a new interview session if you wanted to create something a little bit more formal interview type sessions that your entire hiring team can see. So under the interview session tab, I can search on maybe pre-approved questions from HR, or I could add new questions. And I could say, you know what, I want this question to describe a project. I want to send this question out. I can select the question I want. I can select the way I want the answer to come back. So I'd like you to answer this via video, and I can send this interview along. I can send a couple of questions along, and this interview session's been sent off to the candidate. One of the great things is, from a hiring manager perspective, is I'm only going to get alerted when people are in the finalist stage. So, hey, I'm on the hiring team. Michael, you need to check out Sophia and Seth and all these applicants. So I can click on this applicant and I can see everything I need to see. I can watch their first impression video. I can see their discussion thread. I can see how they answered all the questions. I've got all the history on the applicant here. I can see notes from the hiring manager. I can go in, and in a very short amount of time, I'm looking at the most complete profile of a person I could possibly imagine. I could rate this candidate and say, wow, this person looks great. Let's move them into a final stage, or an interview stage, or directly to a hire stage. And I could save my rating in here if there are other folks on the hiring team. I can see all kinds of cool information. They can work in the US and require sponsorship. If I were to reject this candidate, one of the things that we did pull into the platform is all of the legal disposition codes. So let's just say this candidate's not a fit. I could select, they don't have the basic qualifications. They have the qualifications, but they're not the best qualified candidate. They don't meet citizen requirements, all these. So, I could select this here, or I could put in another reason for not hiring them and reject a candidate. And all of this compliance information is stored and saved in the record. So you've got a very compliant platform as well. One of the last things that I want to highlight about our overall platform is, because every applicant is engaged with immediately, they get immediate interaction, we're able to vet out those that maybe they're one-click applying and not really interested in looking for a job right now, and we can remove the noise from the hiring process. But because every applicant is communicated with and given a good experience, we believe that you can start building a candidate pool that's something that you can use. So you go out and you buy data and you promote jobs, and all these applicants come in and you hire somebody. Well, I like to call them silver medalists. There could be a lot of people in here that have engaged with your company, that had a great experience, that we can remarket to when another job opens up, especially for companies that do what I call evergreen hiring. And so there's a lot of things that can happen here. I'll show you, before we step out here, the company's actual careers page, what it looks like. And so we can embed the careers page into, you can see the zookeeper job we just published, the customer service, all your jobs are available right here. This is what the company's careers page. It's completely something you can edit. There's a tab in here where if somebody wanted to learn more about the company, they could watch that company video, which is really cool. And then again, as I mentioned, every job has got its own link So as we promote these jobs across the ecosystem where people are at, whether they be on social feeds or job boards, they get redirected into this platform in a really easy apply process, and they're met with the job. And so all of this stuff is customizable with the click of a button and really, really easy to use. I appreciate the opportunity to walk you through the Cnect platform. A lot of enhancements coming out over the next few months and some really cool features. And if we can give you a more complete demo, we'd love to learn about your organization and how we can help.